DraftKings up 3% today. The stock up more than 15% this year. Earlier this week, analysts at J.P. Morgan initiated coverage on the gaming space, giving DraftKings a buy rating. But Danny's got a little less bullish here recently.
You know how hard it is for me to find longs, so I've been on the show many times talking about these names. So I still like the sector, but there's a lot of risks now which have come into play here. And so DraftKings in particular is trading 22, 23 times EBITDA, right? It's not that cheap anymore. Several states have raised online gambling taxes here in the last few months. But the most underappreciated thing is that Kalshi has made its way through. And the problem with Kalshi is not that it's so big yet, but the CFTC is turning a blind eye and letting. They're in California and Texas now acquiring those customers that if DraftKings and FanDuel were ever to get to, they would cost them a lot to get back. So, and the one thing, the in-game live wagering, which is the most profitable part of DraftKings business, is being exposed here by Kalshi. So it's not a huge part of the market yet, but it's enough to make my antennas go up and take a little money off the table here. So I still like the macro in the sector. It's still very strong.
You still have longs here.
I have some longs here, but much less, I would say, than I had before.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Danny's making a compelling point. I think the competitive landscape it's always been an issue, and it's always been predatory, and that at some point you had some rationalization within the industry. Now you have different forces. And just taking the gaming concept and investment theme, I still think that Asia, but Melco and that part of Macau is bound to rebound. In other words, this is the last COVID trade not to come back, and it's not just a play on China. I think Melco, I'm along that name. I like that one.
Yeah, to your point about Kalshi and these kind of betting markets, Polymarket today, this is a competitor. They're raising money at $1 billion valuation. They're backed by Peter Thiel's Founders Fund. They're leading that round today. So it seems like, yeah, VC did back, DraftKings and FanDuel and that sort of thing, but they're coming for a different model right now. So it'll be interesting. A lot more competition.
I just don't think the strategy of these companies changing the odds on their bets to make it less customer friendly is a sustainable model, and that's how they're going to try to offset some of this online gambling tax.
Stock's been hanging around, though, and we're in a 4-year downtrend. You get a close above 44. That downtrend has been broken. So the fundamentals might be right. The stock might have some momentum to the upside, though.